We're talking to Paul Brandt. He's here in Ottawa tonight for the Journey Tour. So welcome to Ottawa.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here. Great good to be back.
So Paul is, I guess, near the end of the tour. You're getting on the home stretch.
We're a bit on the home stretch right now. We've been having just a blast. You know, we could have done without the polar vortex that we went into. I tell you, it was like 40 below for the first 2 weeks of this tour. Our crew, man, they have just been absolutely incredible on keeping the show on the road. The first thing that we did was cross the mountains to get into BC to go to Abbotsford.
With a little help.
Well, with a little help, we got stuck on it's called the Coquihalla Highway, and you know, as a proud Canadian, it was a little bit embarrassing to be the guy stuck on the side of the highway there, but our trusty crew helped us out. We were looking ahead. There were a lot of lights on the road, and they were filming that Discovery Channel show Highway Through Hell. And so I guess we're going to be on the next season of Highway Through Hell. It was great when that Ford F550 pulled in front of our crew bus, hooked it up, pulled it up the mountain, and got us to where we needed to go, and we've just kind of been going nonstop ever since.
Script a better start to it.
Absolutely.
Especially in Canada.
Well, you know, we had some things to overcome, but we got her done.
Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about kind of suitable the journey, your journey. You're not some young emerging artist in country music anymore. We actually met, you probably don't remember this, but almost 20 years ago, North Bay Heritage Festival.
Yes.
That
was a really tall stage.
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
I was actually doing backstage security, and I had to escort you from the back of the stage down this hill. I don't remember the hill to your the merch
Sure.
and the autograph tent. Now, luckily we didn't get mobbed because I don't do a very good security guard. So, you know, I'm better suited to this role, I think. But this is at the start of your career.
Yeah.
You know, and now you're almost 25 years in. You've got more awards than you can shake a stick at. Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thanks.
Tell me a bit about this journey. I mean, you've gone literally, from the music side of things. Things have changed. I mean, we went from a time when it was CDs and kind of the out of cassettes were just on their way out, and CDs were becoming mainstream, to now nobody has CDs anymore, and everybody's going digital, and they're streaming. Also back then, it was a time when we had basically you'd have a publicist that would talk to the fans on your behalf.
Right.
And now with social media, you
They've
can
got
talk to
absolutely
them
correct.
right away in real time. From your perspective, as an artist that's kind of gone across all those generations, what's that like from your side?
You know, I think that the secret to all of the music business is one of the businesses that probably changes the most. It was the canary in the coal mine when it came to the internet. The first one in, and you know, the whole industry completely was revolutionized. And it's always like this, you know, awkward marriage between business and art, and which one is going to win, you know.
Right.
And I think for me, early in my career, I decided that even if I had to do this for free, I would do it. Even if I had to pay to do it, I would do it. And it's because I absolutely love the connection that can be made through art.
Right.
I'll never forget that first time I was at the Blueberry Cafe, and there's some, you know, singer-songwriter, this woman who was performing that night, who just made this connection. She's up on that stage, and I was completely transported through the music, right? And I was like, you know, that's what I want to do. And it doesn't matter how people are going to get their music. If you can make that connection somehow, to me, that's really what it's all about. And I think that's what's allowed us to go through all those changes that you mentioned, is just keep the main thing the main thing. It's about connecting with the people who love the music. Yeah,
you mentioned the whole singer-songwriter. That's another thing that I think a lot of people don't really think about, on how these changes have actually made it easier too. You know, songwriting, you don't need to jump on a plane and fly to Nashville to go and write a song with another songwriter. You can have a Skype session, FaceTime, whatever method you want to use, right from your living room.
Yeah, you know, I think that you know, the modern era, the internet, has made it a lot easier for musicians to be able to accomplish the things that they need to accomplish and still have some level of comfort in their lives. You know, I remember, you know, the logistics of setting up a band of 6 to 8 people in the studio at a certain time to get everyone there. And now it's kind of like, hey, here's the idea for the song, guys, and you can throw it on the Dropbox and we'll piece it all together, you know. And that makes it a lot easier for us, and on the writing front too, it definitely helps.
Now, do you find, I guess the answer is probably fairly clear, but it's probably easier for your music to get out as well. I mean, like, you have a better way of getting your music overseas than you
I think in some ways what's happened is that, you know, the barriers for entry into production of music have come down. I mean, you know, what used to take a huge recording studio and a whole lot of tape now takes an iPhone.
Right.
And so there's a lot more music out there. So trying to figure out a way to get through the clutter can be a bit more of a challenge. But you're right, there's less of a barrier between us and the people who want to hear the music, so you can have it out there immediately.
Right. Now, we've talked about how the technology and all that makes life easier and, like you said, more comfort for yourself. From a family perspective, you still have to go on tour.
Yeah.
You have a young family at home. What's it like for you as an artist to leave your family, or do you get to bring them on the road?
Yeah, for the first probably 2 tours, when the kids were still preschool age, you know, they would come on the road with us, and we would have, you know, good friends who would come out and help us. Liz sings in the band as well, and you know, that made it, you know, kind of still doable for us to all be up there as a family. And now with, you know, hockey, piano, you know, chess, all that kind of stuff, all the things that they're into, and their buddies, we don't really want to, you know, pull them out of their routine. And so, you know, when we were starting, I was doing 180 shows a year. I mean, we were gone all the time. And now that things are more established, I can go out and do maybe 40, 50 every couple of years and still be a hockey dad when I get home.
Right.
And this was fun. I mean, this was probably the first time, since I've been on the road where the kids finally kind of understood a little bit of what I do for a living. At the show that we did in Calgary here on the Journey Tour, Lily, she's 8, and Liz said the whole show she was going, "That's my dad, that's my dad," you know, so like she was totally getting into it. And it's just, you know, I think we look at it as a family, sort of as a team effort. You know, Daddy's got to go out and do his thing and perform. And at the same time, we stay in touch through FaceTime and talking to each other while I'm on tour. And whenever we can take a break and meet up, we'll try and do that. But it's going to be a pretty exciting and fun day for us when I get to get home too, for sure.
So you say your kids are your biggest fans?
You know, I think that one of the things that has been a really cool lesson, and this came mostly from Joe. There's this, you know, kind of little wood carved building group that he was a part of, and it was supposed to be like a daddy-son kind of a thing. And I had started and helped him with a few things, but I was on a tour and I couldn't be there for a lot of it. And so Liz was helping him with a lot of this stuff too. And the day came where we were supposed to be there for the race, and I got the flu, and I was down. I was down and out. And so all the other dads are coming around. They see Liz there and Joe there, like, "Where's your daddy? Why isn't your daddy here?" And Joe says to them, "We didn't find out about this until way after." Joe goes, "Oh, my dad would never be at something like this. He's way too famous." Okay, well, I get a call about, you know, like a month later from the organizer of the event. They're like, "We really would love you to be there next year, and we've set up a private room for you to come and watch." I'm like, "What do you mean a private room? What are you talking about?" "Well, Joe said that you don't like to be around." I'm like, "Are you kidding?" So I sat him down, we had a good chat, and we just really explained to our kids that everyone has a different job.
Yeah.
Everyone has something of incredible value to offer. And I'm really, you know, fortunate and blessed that I get to do what I love to do, but that doesn't make it any more important than anybody else. And they're starting to figure that out in a good way. So yes, they're big fans, but I'm hoping it's more than just fans because of what I do.
Right.
You know?
Well, Paul, thanks for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thanks
for coming back to Ottawa.
Yeah.
And have a great show tonight.
We're stoked about it.
We'll be watching.
Thanks so much. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
again.
Yeah.